Hey guys, Rich here again with some tips and tricks on when you're buying a TV. Now there's a lot of different TVs out these days, and everyone's trying to suit the application of their environment. The biggest thing you need to take into account is lighting. See here, I've got a lot of lighting. When those blinds are open, there is a lot of light in here, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, as you can see, I have an LCD TV in the room because I found it was the best application. When I was out buying a TV, there was only two different ones out, which were of course the plasma and the LCD. The market is still the same pretty much. You have LCD, LED, and plasma. The biggest thing is it's lighting, and with LCD and LED the only difference really is backlighting, and as you can see it's still pretty thick back here. With LED you're looking at that, unless you buy a Sharp, but let's not get into that. The biggest thing is when buying a TV, and why I brought up the lighting, is because if you put a plasma in a room with a lot of lighting, you'll get a lot of reflection. It's really hard to see a plasma in a room with a lot of lighting because of the glass that they put on the front to make the picture so nice. Now if you have a really dark room, I would definitely go with the plasma. The color depth that they have is just amazing, especially when it gets down into the darker colors. You can definitely notice, especially when you're watching movies like The Dark Knight, there's a lot of color depth that's there that you wouldn't get on another TV. Another thing I'd highly suggest if you have a plasma is calibration. Might seem like a ripoff, but getting your TV calibrated is a really big asset, especially if you're trying to get that perfect image from the movies that you're going to be watching. So once again, just go over a couple things. If you have a very well lit room like I do, go with an LED or an LCD. You'll enjoy the picture a lot better, because if you sit anywhere in this room you'll have a very nice picture from your seating location. If I had a plasma here, if you're in the center you might get a good seating spot, but anywhere else in the room and you'd have a lot of reflection on the screen, and you might notice that the TV would be a lot darker than you'd like. Well, if you have the perfect lighting atmosphere though, and you're looking at going into building a home theater room, the number one thing I would start looking at is a projector. The reason why is because some of the projectors out these days, like the Sony and the Epson, they both have really nice 3D screens or 3D projectors. As long as you get a nice screen, then I would say it's better than any TV that's on the market these days, just because of the fact that you can have, hey, 110, 130 inch TV just from using a projector. So that's my tips and tricks on TVs for you. Once again, just make sure you're suiting the TV for the space you're putting it in. Alright, have a good one.